Good evening, everybody. Oops, I didn't mean to have that up there. Whoops. It's like, there we go. It's Thursday night. Time for another episode of Thrifty Business. I'm your one host, Jason Thrifts, and back with me, frequent co-host and frequent guest, Aaron from Pete's Treasures. What's happening, Aaron?
Hey, everybody. I'm just happy to be here.
Tough day at work, sir.
Yes. Cheers.
Yeah. Let's start out right with that. Like, let's not even mess around. We'll get right to it. Now it's time for Jay's Tiki Talk. Each week, I drink a different rum out of a different tiki mug and try and match it up to my guest. All right. So since we don't really have a guest tonight, I thought, well, I'm going to make a cocktail. And so I made a what's called the Donga Punch, or a Beachcomber's Punch. And so I made it it's from Don the Beachcomber, the granddaddy of tiki bars. And then I decided to use a tiki mug from an amazing tiki bar called Devil's Reef up in Tacoma, Washington. And since Aaron is a fellow Tikiite, I figured I'd go like full on cocktail and tiki bar tonight. But then I saw what mug you were using.
So I picked this one because,
fancy.
yes, Frankenberry cereal. This is the 50th anniversary of General Mills Monster cereal. So Brian posted about it. So I'm like, oh, I'll use it. Perfect time.
Look at that. Chris is eating some Frankenberry mix right now instead of a drink. How crazy.
That's funny.
How crazy. So good to see everybody. So cheers to everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. We had a guest lined up who you will see the next couple of weeks. They had a little bit of an issue this week at the last second. And instead of trying to, shoehorn somebody in, I thought, every once in a while, if we do one of these where we answer all the questions, sometimes people just, for whatever reason, won't ask a question, whether it be in the group, directly on the show. So this gives a chance everyone to answer their questions. And hopefully between age and old-time wisdom and youth and exuberance, we can get them all.
Youth and exuberance. I love that.
Yeah. So welcome, everybody. Good to see you all in the chat. So here's what we're talking about tonight. Ask Jason and Aaron anything. And let's get right into our segments first, and then get your questions right. Now, we will be taking the questions that y'all put in the thrifting board earlier. But if you got a burning question, don't pop it up just yet, because we're going to do our segments. And then as soon as we get done, then you can pop them up. And now it's time for our scores of the week. These are the items that you should be on the lookout for when you're out thrifting. Oh my, where'd you find this model?
All right, just off the street. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a good looking model.
Thanks. I thought so myself. Yes, that is a shirt I've had a long time, and I'm like, oh, we're on Depop now, and it sold almost right away. I don't like to wear white because I spill on myself, so so it was a good sale.
I like that. I like the reasoning too.
This one, it actually sold for $55, right? And it went to Louisiana. No, it went to California the week of, Hurricane Ida. So,
wow.
I don't know, that could just be random, but it was a great sale. And, I knew about Rain Spooner because of this show. So thank you.
And it kind of like an additional BOLO bonus tip. These Rain Spooner state shirts. They're all really good, with California and Florida being the best too.
Oh, good to know.
And they didn't make them for all the states. I've never seen a South Dakota or a Wyoming. So, but if you see a Rain Spooner state shirt, snag it.
Yeah, and this is a brand we like to pick up. We love to sell mugs and dishware in general. And it's Kath Kidston, and I believe it is made in England. And yeah, $37. And I always find mugs less than $2, or else I usually don't buy it. So yeah, good sale.
So I take it you had 4 of them?
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I think
because you still have 2 for sale, so I sure hope so.
Yes, I forgot.
Did we?
Did we? It's been so long. So many mugs in, you know. This I actually sourced on our recent vacation in Phoenix at Brass Armadillo. Got it for $4. And usually I always think liquor decanters are going to be worth more than they actually are, but I'm glad I looked this one up. So it sold for, I believe, $139 plus
cool
shipping,
sale.
and it went to Henderson, Nevada. And you did not buy it, I don't think.
No.
So,
and the funny thing is, when I loaded up the stuff for tonight, I didn't even notice it was a decanter. I thought it was a statue. I usually don't pay too much attention other than make sure everything lines up because I want to be surprised. So when you said decanter, I was like, what?
Yeah. I mean, it's beautiful.
That is awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think I bought this on purpose. I think it either came in a Goodwill box or I bought it as a goof because it was cheap. You know, the Know Your Tools, the doojicky, the hickamabob, the thingamajig. And then when it sold for almost $19 the other day, I was like, what?
That's a cool shirt.
So, you know, and this is how I talk about tools because I'm not handy in the slightest. So I was very happy, $19 plus shipping. So I'm like, all right, sweet.
Good sale.
All right. So I have bought at a few big auctions, online auctions in the past, we'll say 15 years. And so once you buy at least once, and if you, especially if you repeat, they'll send you the catalogs all the time. And then I just turn around and sell the catalog. So this came free in the mail. And then I sold it for $23.09 plus shipping.
And it's 2021. That's crazy.
Yeah. In those catalogs is a lot of rare, cool stuff. So it's kind of like you've acquired, if you're like a Beatles nerd, you've acquired a catalog of cool Beatles stuff and kind of like maybe even a checklist if you're a collector.
Cool.
But you should look for money and everything.
Yeah.
So I did take a best offer of $80. This is a military flight suit. And the guy asked 2 questions. What is the measurement from the end of the armpit to the end of the wrist, which I have never been asked before in 22 years. Then he bought it, and then he asked for the height of the mannequin.
What? Maybe he has extra long arms, or
and so I gave him the height, and he goes, "Okay, cool, thank you." So this I picked up for $5.99 and sold it for $80. Now we were shooting for a big number, but when they got the offer of 80 from the guy I was chatting with, I looked at the recent solds, and 80 was like right in the ballpark. I'm like, cool, time to go. $6 into 80. I am happy.
And didn't you just buy a suit like that for like $800? I mean, sell a suit like that for like $800?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm like, did I just spend $800? Did I forget? Did I drink too much rum?
Yes.
Speaking of, someone asked, hey, we didn't see any of your mugs from your recent anniversary trip to LA. This is the Oa Bowl from Trader Sam's in Disneyland. It is $60 with the bowl and the drink, and then you sell it for $137 on Macari.
Dang.
So not only were the drinks free, so was the next round, basically.
Wow. And they still sell that right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, of course, you got to get your ass to Disneyland, but when you do, boom, more than double.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Oh, is it because is there a lot on eBay and not on Macari? Is that why you chose Macari?
I have a couple. So I cross-listed on both.
Oh, okay.
And Macari was the first one to hit. And then I sold the second one on eBay to a member of the Thrifting board and the Secret Beach, but they were a little bit smarter. They asked for a better deal and I gave it to them. Not even knowing it was a member of my 2 groups. I'm like, all right, that's still a fair price. And then they said, thank you. We're in the Thrifting board and the Secret Beach.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that warmed the cockles of my heart. And now it's time for our CD and cassette scores of the week. And as always, we start with flipping cassettes. All right, so this is not a big sale, Aaron, but I wanted to share it because it's my first Discogs cassette sale ever. Hey!
Wow.
I've never listed cassettes on Discogs. Tons of vinyl, tons of CDs, and then finally I was pulling some cassettes that just weren't selling on Amazon. I said, all right, let's move them over to Discogs, and boom. So it wasn't a huge sale. I think I paid $3, sold it for 10 plus shipping. But yay, now I'll be listing more cassettes on Discogs.
That's awesome.
Yes, I love it. All right, I'm gonna quiz you on a few things tonight.
Okay.
Do you know this album?
No, that looks familiar, but is that a doohickey or a thingamajig?
That's a thingamajig, not a do-it. Doohickey goes the other way.
Oh, okay.
This is Tubular Bells by Mike Oldfield.
Oh, I know that song. Isn't that the Exorcist theme song?
Yes, good job.
Oh,
the Exorcist theme. Now, that record sold a shit ton of copies, but if you have one in really good shape, the vinyl was in mint condition, you can still get $20 for it. And it's one of those things where, you know, it's not as ubiquitous as, say, Sing Along with Mitch Miller. That's for your old timers out there. But there's tons of them out there. But a one in clean condition will still get you $20. So just because something's super popular doesn't mean you shouldn't sell it. There's
right.
A little bonus tip. And now we go from flipping cassettes to flipping CDs. Hey, what's this?
This is I believe, Vacation Bible School CD. So I have actually sold several of those types of things. So look out for Vacation Bible School. I mean, maybe because it's not as like mass produced, and if they really like that certain recording, they want to get it. So that's, yeah. I don't flip a lot of music yet, but good sale.
Let's catch up with the chat. Jess is going to try Discogs for cassettes. And Janet, yeah, if you know an answer, shout it out. Plus, you guys are 30 seconds behind us. So by the time you want to shout it out, Aaron will have already guessed. and I do love Swoop's guess Tool, because then she's like, oh, where is it? Oh, crap, I was way off.
That's a good guess. That's my favorite.
Yeah,
guess.
70s instrumental. Yeah. Although both very cool. All right, let me get into my CDs. I got to tell you, it was a crap week for CDs for me, which is very odd. All right, next quiz, Aaron. Tamara and the Scene. I know you don't know them. And I'm going to guess 97.3% of the audience live has no clue who that is. But look at these people in this band and tell me what era or what location or what kind of band they are by what they look like.
Miami in the 80s. I don't know.
Okay. You're right on the years. You're wrong part of the country, but let's see if anyone else in the chat knows who this band kind of correlates to. And once you know, you're like, holy shit, yeah, it looks like oh my God, your brother said the same thing. Are you guys twins?
Maybe. You don't know though.
Bowie's a good guess, but no. All right.
I was getting Bowie vibes. Yeah.
Oh my God, Jinx Aaron. All right. Come on, Mom. What vibes are you getting, Mom? Yes, Jess has it. Yep. Prince, Minneapolis Sound, Prince. So it's not technically Prince, but it is Jesse Johnson. And so this is where it's going to get a little nerdy. Jesse Johnson was the guitarist in the band The Time with Morris Day. And so this was his first signing. And he basically set the band up and produced them to sound like a Prince offshoot. So, so I share that because most people don't know who they are, but if you see it, definitely pick it up. And this was just a one song promo single, $13.
Nice.
Yeah.
For one song.
With a stain and a rip.
Wow.
Toto. You got Toto vibes. Have you ever seen Toto? Everyone, when we're done, go look up Toto and then you'll get a good laugh. All right. Speaking of promo singles, Aerosmith Fever. How many songs was on this one? Oh, one. The LP version. Not even a rare version. So some collector wanted this just to have it in their collection for $20 plus shipping.
Get a grip.
All right, I was telling Aaron about this CD. It's a great sale. I paid $7, sold for 35, but there was a little hiccup, and I shot a video that I'll be releasing next week, so stay tuned for that. But if you find the Click, they're a rap group. Some of their stuff is worth a ton of money. Do you know who the Mighty Riders are?
Oh, gosh. No. I'll just say no right away.
Guess what? I don't either.
Oh,
but because I have a smartphone and I know how to scan, and that's what I teach everybody, I picked this up for $5 and I sold it for $50.
Nice.
Yeah, you don't have to know the artist to make your money. All right.
Thank God.
But not every one of them can be good. And now it's time for our duds of the week. Do not let our mistakes be yours.
Perfect item for that soundbite.
No kidding.
I was like, I hope he shows that one first to follow the toilet sound.
I didn't even think about it. I just
That's funny. So we sold Play-Doh poop, and okay, I was dipping my toes into retail arbitrage at Ollie's. And I bought it for like 69 cents, but with free shipping, it sold for $10. Now, we did buy 3 of them, so it's an easy relist, but we already got a message with someone saying it only makes 7 faces and the box says 30 faces. And I'm like, we just sell it. We didn't create it. But anyways, they didn't say anything back. I didn't say that. Matthew gave good customer service, but it just wasn't really worth the time.
Real quick, I don't mean to do this on the poop, but George was the one who bought the other bowl for a much better deal because he asked for it. See, don't be afraid to ask for deals, everybody. Yeah. And thank you, George. I don't think you've got it yet. It is on the way, though.
Hello, this is a Starbucks mug, which I love buying Starbucks mugs. I had never seen this one before, so I was hoping it would go for more. It actually went for $16, and it sat for like over a year with over 2 years, and with free shipping, it was just a little disappointing. I thought it looked pretty cool, but a sale is a sale, and I had to pick a dud, so there we go.
Yeah, well, I'm about to say the same thing, kind of, so. So my assistant Kelly left, and she's left behind not the good things of her presence, but bad things. Oh. She only charged $16 to ship 5 heavy coffee mugs when it cost us $25 or $27 or something.
Oh,
so,
no.
Yeah. So these were freebies from my boy Cletus, who cleans out houses. So we took an offer of 30. We were shooting for the sky with 60, but 30 was good. It's free mugs. But when I went to ship it, and because it was my team who made the mistake, I eat the profit. So no profit for me. Thanks, Kel. Okay, Helly Hansen makes great weather coats for rain and for snow and stuff. And this is a pretty bitchin' one. It is only a medium. It's got this great hood. I cannot sell it. I checked today. The price, my price isn't bad. There's a little damage, but if you're a medium and want a decent waterproof coat in the colors of Michigan, offer me $40. I'll take it. I will happily take it.
It's a nice coat.
It's a badass. It's a badass coat. But I want it gone. I'm tired of looking at it. And now it's time for Where in the World Did Our Stuff Go? If you are not shipping internationally, you are leaving out 7.3 billion with a B potential customers. Oh, the title says small, that it was a small. I thought it said medium. So it's a small. That could be the problem. And hey, good luck pronouncing this.
Lebuski. Maybe.
Damn it, that was too easy.
It's
and where is this? I can see it's near Berlin, but is it Poland?
It is Poland, and pumpkin spice latte, PSL life, y'all. It sold for $18 plus they paid almost $30 shipping. So it's the time for it, but just someone in Poland wanted our Starbucks. Oh, I just realized we sold a Starbucks mug for the international and made good money, and then another Starbucks for the dud. So
I like that.
Yeah, I like the mug.
All right, quiz time again. What's this hat of?
It is the Toronto Blue Jays.
Oh, you cheater. If you wouldn't have looked down, If you wouldn't have
Dang
looked
it.
down at your notes.
What notes?
Yeah. Come on, you're a teacher. You think you'd be better at cheating
I
than
know.
that.
I'm a goody too.
That is the Toronto Blue Jays. So this is an odd hat. I didn't even know it was a Blue Jay, so I figured it out. But they're out of the playoff. So they're just, the season's almost over, and except for the playoffs, obviously. And look how small the town it went to. That is Basin Pocket, Australia. I mean, it's only like 8 streets. It's only 8 streets. It's right outside of, oh shit, I forget which one. It's not Sydney. It doesn't matter. But someone in a small town this big in Australia needed a Canadian baseball hat for a team that's not even going to be in the playoffs. But that's why we want you all to sell your stuff worldwide, because you never know when in the town of 58 people, someone says, you know what I need today? Toronto Blue Jays hat. That's so weird looking. No one knows it's a Toronto Blue Jays hat.
Yeah, I would not have known. It's not blue.
Yeah, see, even Lisa, who is from Canada, yeah, it took me forever to figure that one out. It's such a weird one, and it sat forever. And when he offered me a little bit of money, I was like, yes! Get rid of it. It's one of those things where you buy it, you think it's going to be good, then you're like, oops. And now it's time for You Have Got to Be Shipping Me. What to do and what not to do when it comes to shipping. And by the way, who spilled the beans?
Matthew.
All right, Matthew, you got to teach your husband how to cheat better.
Wait, don't say that. No, teach your husband how to cheat. Shipping tip: Q4 is a few weeks away, so get your orders in now. In fact, on Tuesday we just got our Bubble Fast order in, and you can use the code TikiPug, which we used, and yeah. Get your stuff in. We just bought new Rolo labels for our thermal printer, and it's kind of in the sweet spot where you can use, if you haven't used your Q3 coupon, use that now, and then the Q4 coupon's coming up. So just get it in, order a little more than what you think you're going to need, and be prepared.
All right, so I'm going to back up a second. Krav Maga, are you not using Pirate Ship? Tom Higgins, are you not using Pirate Ship? I'm going to put you two on the spot right now, because Pirate Ship is the only way to ship internationally. And if you would be using it, you would know Pirate Ship doesn't use USPS. They use a company called Ascension. So although the USPS has suspended shipments to Australia, Ascension hasn't. So those of us who use Pirate Ship can still ship to Australia. See, Marisa knows. So we're going to see... We'll see if Krav and Tom were actually using a Pirate Ship and didn't realize they use Ascension. All right. Here's the deal. Today, a person offered me a crazy amount of money for an awesome mug, for an awesomely rare mug, and then said, hey, it's so-and-so, and I know so-and-so, and so-and-so runs an antique mall in town. And I said, hey, I got to run up actually right by your antique mall to pick up something tomorrow. You want me to drop it off? Plus, it's a 2-piece mug that I didn't want to ship.
Oh,
and he said, sure. And I said, all right, let me see if I can switch it after the fact. And I wasn't sure. Usually you can't change shipping and stuff after the fact. And so I said, all right, let me see what I can do here. And so right here where it would say priority, because that's what came with that order, that listing, I clicked the drop downs, and I just switched, and local pickup was an option I could switch to very easily, which I didn't realize that. And then I just zeroed it out. And so then he didn't have to pay shipping, because and then I'm going to hand deliver it because I'm going to be in his neighborhood anyway. And then he said, well, I want to buy this other mug. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll drop off.
Even better, man.
Yeah. So if you ever, it's not often, but if you ever get hit up by a friend or someone you know in town, and you know them well enough, you're like, hey, I can just drop this off, or you can pick it up, save them the shipping and save you the hassle, because a 2-part mug sucks to ship.
Yeah, and they might take that money and buy something else. Yeah,
it's super tall. So yeah, I don't want to be shipping. Oh, and here's the mug. It is the Tonga Hut fireplace.
Oh, that was my favorite one.
And now what's cool is you put the drink in the base, and then you put the top on, and you drink through the straw hole in the top, And what the top is for is you put in a little chunk of dry ice and a little bit of water. So while you're drinking the drink, it is smoking out the top of the chimney.
That is so cool.
Yes. But it's a tall sucker. And being 2 pieces, I'm like, yay. Someone local bought it. I can just hand deliver it. Yes, please.
Wow, that is awesome.
But the timing's amazing. I was already running this errand next to his antique mall. Plus, bonus, hadn't been at the antique mall in a while. I get to look around tomorrow. Because hey, I'm there. I should probably check.
Yeah.
And now it's time for the Thrifty Tips of the Week. Little tips and tricks to help you out when you're outsourcing.
All right. So I was racking my brain. I'm like, what do I say for my thrifty tip? Well, I want to create somewhat of a challenge, or not really a challenge, but just like a goal to start using and incorporating the Bolo list that I created along with Matthew. He helps me. He made this graphic. Yesterday's post was kitchenware. And so if you are really good at selling kitchenware, you have some ideas of things that have sold for you really well, I would love for you to go to the thrifting board and search the hashtag Bolo Beach, find the post, and there's 3 things you can do. Either contribute to this category or any of the other categories. You can find all the other posts because we haven't filled it up yet. And it only works if everyone contributes because, we learn from each other. So I'm going to post something on Wednesday for like a share out, like tell me what you have sold using the Bolo document. So you have almost a week. If you plan on going thrifting, find a category that you're not used to that has a lot of information, screenshot it. You can use the Google Doc from the post and let me know what category you use, what you found, what it'll go for, prospectively, or, contribute to one of the categories. So if you're not going to go out thrifting, contribute to some of the categories that you have sold in. There's, I think, 32 categories already filled out, and we can never have enough. Just let us know what you like to sell.
Yeah, there's never enough information. So that's always great. So a couple of you have got to go back and watch some of our episodes because Taco started. I always get worried that a person will say they never completed the pickup. So nowadays, eBay has a QR code your phone scans, and we did a whole show on that. I think Mom and I did. Debbie said she didn't know that either. So some of y'all got to go back and watch some episodes. Yeah, plus PayPal isn't really a thing anymore. And to go back to Taco's point, I know him. So I'm not even going to worry about scanning the QR code tomorrow. A, he's a business owner in town, and B, he buys a lot of mugs from me. And so in this case, I'm not worried about the QR codes because I know the guy really well. So yes, definitely check out all the Bolo things. All right, what's Stacy doing here, Aaron?
She is looking at the bottom shelf.
You got it. Her and I were at Amoeba Records in Hollywood. Stacy's first time at the brand new Amoeba, and we couldn't find anything good on the top. But luckily, Shorty was with me, so I didn't have to get underneath. And all the good stuff was right where she was pointing. So you got to get underneath sometimes. If you're short, it works out well. If you're tall, at record stores, they often have stools, usually for the short people to stand on to reach the taller stuff. But us tall people sit on them to do the lower stuff. So I guess the bonus tip is look for the stools. Look for the stools. All right. And now it's time for our online selling tips of the week. It doesn't matter if you're selling on Etsy, Depop, Mercari, Poshmark, or eBay. These are little tips and tricks to help you when you're selling. Can I just faint now?
Yes.
What on this?
No, we haven't sold it yet.
Oh, I thought it was sold.
No, we haven't sold it yet. But this, I was trying to think because we sell on eBay, PopShop, Depop. And so I'm like, what can I contribute? And I'm like, oh, well, we listed something on Cherish. So I just wanted to give like a 1-minute spiel. Cherish, and it's spelled like chair. There you go, Cherish. It is a website that interior designers look at. I'm going to look at my notes. It's like for higher end.
right past Toronto Blue Jays.
It's literally underneath. It's high-end home goods, furniture, art. What I meant to say, they have partnerships with interior designers. So what it is it's actually free to use. The commission is a little bit higher, but you can sell more high-end items. So I found these 3 vases. This is the bigger one. And I saw that it was signed on the bottom and it says for Gumps. And I had to look that up. Gumps is like a high-end store that's been around for years in San Francisco. And I guess the artist was Angela Atkinson. And I couldn't find anything on eBay. But Gumps was very, very expensive. Everything I looked on their catalog is expensive. So I'm like, Matthew found out about Cherish. And I'm like, that might be a good place to put it. And it hasn't sold yet. But I just wanted people to know that that's out there and it's free to use. The cool thing is you fill out the info like a listing and they write the listing for you and edit the photos the way they want it for their website. And you only pay when it sells. So you can list, like I just wrote down really quick, 1 to 9 listings. It's like 30% that they take. But I mean, if you're selling all of these higher end things, you know, they kind of, I guess you're kind of paying for their platform. And then if you list 10 plus things, they take only 20%. So if you list a lot of things, I mean, eventually you have to pay, but it's just a platform that I haven't seen people talk much about, and it's worth giving it a shot and kind of looking at what they have. So yeah, Cherish, it's there.
I have some high-end chairs that are worth over $1,000 a piece, and I think I might try that out.
Yeah. Oh, you can, arrange for local pickup.
Cool. All right, quiz number 17, Aaron, and this was coming, so there's no notes.
Oh.
What tiki bar is this?
Oh my gosh. Isn't it in Montana?
Yes. And what's it called?
The Mermaid Dive-In? No. I don't remember.
The Sip and Dip.
Sip and Dip. Okay.
Now you're going to say, how the hell is this Mermaid Tiki Bar the online selling platform tip? All right. My number 1 is eBay. My number 2 is Amazon. Discogs is probably number 3-ish. And then Mercari's right up there. And so I said to myself, you're going on this driving trip with your wife, and it's your first driving trip since you were dating. So we haven't done a driving trip in like 28 years.
Wow.
And so I said, all right, everything I sell over the summer for Mercari will be the spending cash, and I won't tell Stace. And my goal is to get it to $1,000. And I've since I made the screenshot, I've sold some other stuff, so I'm closing in on $1,500. So I use Mercari kind of like a little like savings account. I didn't empty it at all summer. I just let it build up, and then this is our spending cash. So I wouldn't recommend that for your number 1 and number 2 because you got to pay your bills.
Right.
But if you've got a number 3 or 4 website you sell on, and you've got something coming up like a trip, just let that build up. Pretend it's not even there. Don't use it. Don't spend it. And then when you're like 2 weeks away from your vacation, and you're like, look, honey, $1,100, but today it's gonna be, look, honey, $1,500.
Yeah, that's
there we go.
So
I use it as a little savings account. Didn't get any interest, but this way this is the money that we'll spend on silly stuff in our little driving trip.
It's awesome.
And something we haven't done in quite a while. And now it's time for Close Encounters of the Thrifty Kind. All right, so tell me about the most blurriest of matchbook photos.
Okay, I'll tell you why it's blurry, because I had a YouTube video that I had to screenshot and I was at work and I'm like, there's the matches. So I was racking my brain. I haven't had any thrifty encounters in a while, but at the end of June, Matthew and I went to the Dallas-Fort Worth Thrifting Convention because I'm like, I've never been to one of those. I've never heard one of those. And we have a YouTube video about it if you want to see what we got and what it was like. And I was digging through matches. First of all, I've always loved like matchbooks in general, but I had just watched your webinar literally like a week or 2
Oh, cool.
And so it's just so much fun to dig through. And as I was digging, someone else came on the other side. It was a big bin, and they were digging through it too. And they saw my shirt and they're like, "You're Pete's Treasures." And I'm like, what? Someone knows me? And we talked to them, and they belong to the Secret Beach. And we were both talking about how we saw the matchbook webinar. And this is Denise and Rich. We had great conversations. They live close to us in the colony. And it was just so much fun. I'm just randomly digging through one booth in some matchbooks, and the person digging next to me is a part of the Secret Beach and the thrifting board. And that was just a really fun encounter. So
small world, isn't it?
Yeah.
Small world. All right. I want to throw in a thrifty encounter because you're part of it.
Huh? Because it's rainbow?
No, well, kind of. Okay, so here's how you're part of it. Last week you weren't feeling the best, and I reached out to you to see how you were feeling one night. But also, I bought this at Disneyland to resell. And whatever happened, something happened to my phone, something happened to my research skills. When I looked it up, there was none for sale. I get home and there's like 42,000 for sale. Wow. And so I'm like, how did I miss all these when I was researching it? So I reached out to you to say, hey, how you feeling? And we were chatting. And then I wasn't sure if you guys are big Disney fans. And so I was going to say, hey, does this interest you at all? I'll sell it to you at cost because it isn't worth profit. But also I was going back to Disneyland. So I thought, okay, I can return it. While we were talking, it sold.
Wow.
I'm just like, what are the chances? I guess I just had to reach out to you for it to sell because as we're talking, Stacey and I were on the couch. I go, holy shit, it just sold. She said, Aaron, awesome. I go, no, to someone else.
How much did it sell for?
$55. Nice. So at the end of the day, I made 47 cents.
Oh.
but better than losing money, better than wasting time trying to return it. But so funny, I thought, I don't know, maybe Aaron and Matthew want it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to, when you have that dud that you thought was a winner, if you got someone you know who likes it, whatever the item may be, see if you can get it to them at cost. And then everyone's happy. But I made 47 cents.
Yay.
So I guess I should thank you for being sick because that's why I was chatting with you. I'm like,
oh, you're welcome. No, it's good.
And now it's time for Unseasonably Sold. What did you sell out of season?
All right, so it's kind of a weird time of the year because Halloween is not really unseasonal because it's going to be here really soon, and then Christmas is right after that. But Christmas, I mean, this sold in August, in the heat of the summer. So, and by the way, I thought it was Berenstain Bears, but it's, I guess, Berenstain Bears. Berenstain, whatever. Anyways, it's Christmas and it sold and I'm happy yes, and we love Plush. Plush is great.
Do you know Angela? She loves you.
That's my aunt. Hi, Angela.
Oh, hey, Angela.
Hey.
Stephanie has that backpack. So since, oh crap, I've lost it now. Oh, if you guys want one, we're going back in a couple weeks. I'll happily pick you up one.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy. Done deal. See how life works out. And again, 2 weeks in a row, I have no unseasonably sold. It's so weird that I've gone like 3 weeks now without selling anything out of season. That's so not like me.
Mm-hmm.
What's my problem? I don't know. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're angry, and sometimes they're just plain weird. Now it's time for the feedback of the week. All right, last segment, then we're on to your questions.
Perfect segue because we sold this, gay pride flag, rainbow flag. And the reason why I picked this is because, it's a good feedback. Arrived in only 3 days. Thanks. But they actually complained to us beforehand, which was weird because, we sold it as used. They told us it wasn't used enough. Like, I had never gotten that complaint before. They're like, yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what their deal was, but they're like, it's too crisp and too but we sold it used because it wasn't in the package, But then thankfully they gave us, positive feedback and a great review. So I had never had that before. It's not used enough.
All right. I did this one because it was a cassette, but B, they wrote it in their natural tongue, which is French. So I had to convert it, and it converts to sends neat and fast.
Oh, awesome.
So I sent it neat and I sent it fast. So there you go. And again, I really wanted to share that because cassettes from here to France, you
Yeah.
never know what people are going to need and where. All right. Before we get to your questions, a little bit of housekeeping. Pete's Treasures.
Yay.
All right. Come on. Nalo just hit 1,000 subscribers. You guys should be 1,000 too. Y'all should be checking out Pete's Treasures. They have a lot of fun videos, just tons of good Bolo content because they like to do a lot of here's what we found.
Yeah, that's one of our favorite things. Is it all started? I used to show my mom and my brother. We would send each other videos of what we would buy, and I've always been a fan of YouTube. So it's been going for over a year, and we were super excited to get 500 subscribers. And thank you everybody who subscribed and just checking out our videos. And we started it at the peak of quarantine, and it was the perfect time to just have a little fun and have a creative outlet. So we would love for you to subscribe, check out our channel. And Matthew just did a plush webinar on the Secret Beach. We plan on putting some little small segments of plush cleaning and packing videos, tutorials, and we just like to vlog and just live the YouTuber fantasy. So yeah, Pete's Treasures on YouTube.
Awesome. All right. So something totally different tomorrow, September 10th. You need to follow 2 new things if you haven't followed them already. I'm on my buddy Spike's Cocktail Show, and his stupid YouTube channel. His his YouTube channel is called Spike's Breezeway Cocktail Hour, where he makes a classic cocktail, talks about the ingredients, the history, who invented it, blah blah blah. About half his shows have a guest, and hey, I'm the guest. We talked for 4 hours, and he somehow whittled it down to 48 minutes. And what's cool is on his Instagram, the Hula Girls, which is his band, he does a live pre-show. So everyone get your pen and paper out. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. East Coast, 6 p.m. West Coast, we'll be live on the Hula Girls Instagram for a half-hour pre-show, talking about what's coming up, what we're doing, blah, blah, blah. And then this video is done and edited. It will air tomorrow night at 6:30 West Coast, 9:30 East Coast. But Spike and I will be in the chat with people.
That's really cool. I've been binge watching his videos. The cinematography is really good.
Well, that's the thing. By trade, he's a photographer and a videographer. So we all do YouTube. His looks good.
Hey, no, just kidding. No, it looks real good.
So I will put all the links on my personal stuff in the Thrifty board, the Secret Beach. But plan on tomorrow night if you've got time. The pre-show live will be a lot of fun. And then this should be a shit ton of fun because he said we referenced so much stuff. He had to put in a zillion pictures so everyone knows what we're talking about. So that's something fun and different. On Sunday, it's the fall seller update. It's not that bad. It's not even that exciting, but we're going to talk about it. But because the Browns, my mom's beloved Cleveland Browns, play in the afternoon, we have to go a little bit later so my mommy can watch football. So Sunday night, we're on. It's just going to be 8 p.m. instead of 7, 5 p.m. West Coast. So please also mark that down. That's a movie being filmed, Elisa. Movies take quite a while. They just filmed me a month and a half ago. It'll be about a year, so don't be looking for it just yet. And then lastly, because my wife and I are going on a driving trip up to Montana, we have to do Thrifty Business next Wednesday. All these different things this week. Sorry, everybody. But our good friend Jess, who's in the chat, used Macari Local Pickup. It is so cool. I haven't used it yet because no one's bought anything for me that needed it yet. But I didn't realize how it worked till someone said how it worked. And I'm like, that's how it works? It uses Uber. You don't got to go nowhere.
What?
The person who bought from you don't got to go nowhere. It goes from you to them. And it's all automated. So if you've got those things that like Taco said, or, maybe they won't say that they got it. Well, this way it's all automated. And someone also said, I don't know if I like someone coming to my house. Well, I'm assuming you have a pizza guy come to your house. I'm assuming you've probably been picked up by once or twice by Uber or Lyft. So this is the way to do it. So Jess is going to be on next Wednesday, normal time, 8 p.m. East Coast, 5 p.m. West Coast. But we'll be chatting about Macari Local Pickup. And yay, so excited.
That's really cool.
All right. Now it's time for your questions. I didn't even think of doing a little overlay graphics. So I'll just put up the Tiki one for us. What the hell? It's Tiki Talk. All right. Debbie, if you could do me a favor, any questions that come in the chat, pop them up, and then I will be going down the list of the questions that people already submitted for me and or Aaron. I saw some are going to be very quick answers. All right. So, Aaron, you can answer this one first, and this is from Janet Glasso. Janet Glasso. And there we go. What I know it looks like me, but what I'm doing is I'm copying and pasting. So these what are the top 3 places you've sourced in the US and or abroad, and why?
Top 3. Okay. Obviously, where I live, Dallas, I have my Honey Holes, St. Vincent's. I love it. And I get 40% off on Mondays, something no one needed to know. But that's why I get great deals, cheap product, which is high ROIs. So I actually loved going to Phoenix and Vegas, that area, because I had never been. Lots to see. I obviously didn't source a lot, but like most of the things I sourced has sold. I guess I was very picky. Oh my gosh. Oh, New Mexico. I went thrifting the past 2 summers there and found some cool things. And I don't travel as much as I want to. So around the US, that's my answer.
Mine would be Phoenix too, because the vintage market in Phoenix is on point. Music in LA is incredible because all the companies are there. And then hanging out with my mom buying quarter items. I mean, how do you beat that? So those probably my top 3.
Yeah.
Yes, you kicked it off, Jan. Thank you. What's your favorite selling platform and why? Favorite's a tough word. Like eBay is my best selling platform, but I wouldn't call them my favorite. They do things to annoy me from time to time. I would guess my favorite is Discogs because it's easy and there's just no rigmarole to it. There ain't no BS.
Yeah. eBay for us because, eBay is our main platform, but Matthew really likes Depop because he gets to model the clothes. And he says it's pretty easy. And, I agree. eBay has some things that I wish they'd work out. So,
yeah. All right, Dale, I have never sold sheet music to this degree and from this long ago. I've sold sheet music from like Def Leppard in the 80s. That's a little bit different. So I don't have an answer. I don't. Well, Aaron, you're a music teacher. You better have an answer.
Well, if it's
or you're off the show. That's all. It's it. You got to have an answer.
No, I was kidding. I don't know if it's like 700 pieces. I would think the first route to go is looking up every single one to figure out which one is high, and then lotting them together and checking eBay and Terapeak and everything. So that's where I would go. About a year ago, I bought a whole bunch of player piano rolls that I still need to tear into, but I'm kind of finding out that a lot of them are duds. So I don't know.
I'm thinking Tony's new to the channel, so welcome, Tony. My mom is very famous for pretty much everything she buys costs a quarter. So it's been known as the Peggy quarter. And my mom and I host a show on Sundays. Normally it's 7 p.m. East Coast. This week it's at 8 p.m. so she can watch her Browns. How do I deal with my death piles? I hire people, and I keep hiring people.
Yeah.
That's how you deal with them.
We put it in the guest bedroom and pray. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Pray. Is it listed yet? Nope. Click.
Nope. Close the door. No, I'm just kidding.
I've never sold an eBay business. So it's always funnier when people ask me questions. If it's something I've never done and I've never thought of, I'll never have an answer because I've had an eBay business for 22 years, never thought of selling it. So it's never been anything that's ever crossed my mind. So unfortunately, Greg, I don't have an answer. Do you?
I didn't even know you could do that, but it makes sense. Like,
someone could say, "Hey, you could buy my name and my feedback, or you can buy my inventory, my name, and my feedback."
Interesting. Like if you retire, if you're like around retirement.
Apparently, you make your brother sleep on the couch now.
It's true. He has to sleep on the couch.
All right, so let's get back to. So this is from Mindy from the thrifting board. It's a long one. Let me see if I can. Oh, it's so long I can't get it out there. I made a sale. She asked me to ship after September 12th. I printed the label on time, but should have mailed it yesterday because I have 1 day shipping. So should I contact eBay after I get the ding for late shipping, or do I contact them now and explain, screenshot them, customer message? Thanks. Okay. Mindy, have you shipped anything else late? I wouldn't even worry about it. Like, don't even waste time because one item later than normal won't affect anything. Now, if you've had 10 this month, that's a different story. But if it's that one, people get so weird out. I'm going to call eBay. I got to take care of it. I go, how many other late ones have you had? None. Okay, relax. One out of 100 doesn't do anything. 1 out of 3, that'd be a problem. So you can, but if you are running 100% on time, I wouldn't even worry about it. Wouldn't even worry about it. What's the largest item you've shipped, Aaron?
What's the largest you've shipped? Platters. Pool noodles. Large platters. Yeah. Pools.
For me, it was chairs. The chairs I have to sell. The rest of they're big office chairs. So that's one of the biggest things I've had to ship. Yep. All right. All right. Video question. All right. From Deborah. Video question. All right. I like video questions.
Oh, a video question.
I made first listing with video. Thanks, Jason. However, when the video's over in the listing, it picks up the next YouTube video. What did I do wrong? Nothing. That's called YouTube. See, every platform wants you to stay on their platform. So when you're done watching a video, so if I'm on Pete's Treasures and I get done watching a video, it will pick one of the videos from Pete's Treasures that I haven't watched yet and immediately push it to me. But if you're watching something like a video from your listing, it'll pick up the next thing they think relates to it. So you didn't do nothing. There's no way to stop it. That's just called YouTube. Now, if eBay ever gets off their ass and gives us all videos, we won't have to worry about it. Rise up.
When you said video question, I thought she was going to pop up like on Jeopardy and like,
you're right.
Fun idea. Let's do it.
All right. So everyone's heard my story 1,000 times. I'll give the quick version in a second. But how'd you and Matt get into selling online?
I've always been a collector. I feel like that's how it starts for a lot of people. And then we waited until we got a house to have a better space, to work with things. And it was finally time. And to be honest, we were watching Thrifty Business all the time, and it gave us the confidence to start doing it. So it started about 2 years ago. And I had always wanted to sell before that, like 2 years before that. And I wasn't new to eBay. I've been buying from eBay since like 2000 or 2002 or something. So yeah, it was part-time for sure. And now it's Matthew's full-time and kind of my part-time.
Yeah, I might have told 1,000 times. So here's the quick version. Got laid off from a job. Stacey and I were newly married. Didn't know how we were going to pay the rent. Was standing in a record store and they had a table packed with dollar CDs. And this was 2000. And I'm like, these CDs have to be worth more than $1. So I plunked down $20. I cherry picked what I thought were the best 20. And I took them home and I just sat down and I figured out how to sell. And here we are 22 years later. That's basically what it is. Would you ever sell anything that is a bootleg record or shirt? Nope.
No.
Oh, is there something in my eye? No, I would never sell anything that wasn't legit. You got to be careful, but I've been known to.
When sometimes you don't know it is until.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten messages that it wasn't. Anyway.
Are your weekend sales better than your weekday sales? Are about the same? I think I sell a little bit more on the weekend, but I really don't pay that much attention anymore. My sales have been robust all year and all last year. So to me, every day is the same day. Same with time. It's 8 a.m., it's 3 p.m., it's 2 a.m. It doesn't really matter anymore. Things sell. And because I'm worldwide, my 3 a.m. is someone's 5 p.m. So
yeah,
not for cocktails, but for just shopping after work. Do you notice a bigger chunk on the weekends?
So I think it depends on the time of the year. Like when it's a little slower, it seems to be very spread out. Like on a Monday, we'll sell random stuff, and then and so not like major. There's not a major difference, but sometimes we'll get cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching on a Friday, and we're like, okay, people are living their best life, drinking, online shopping.
Linda's got a great question. What is your cutoff time for same day shipping? I think mine are all set at 10 a.m. I'm pretty sure.
1 p.m. My
1
shipping
p.m.
guru over here told me 1 p.m.
Usually my mail doesn't get picked up till 1 p.m., but like today I knew my guy was out and it got picked up at 11 a.m. So luckily we get our stuff done and that way just in case. Someone just sent me a picture. What is this? What the hell is this ugly thing? Well, it's a tiki mug.
Picture of me.
and why aren't you watching Thrifty Business? Why are you out thrifting? Wow, I shipped a boat anchor from Washington to Maine.
What?
Holy crap.
That is awesome.
Holy crap, that's amazing.
Tell us more.
Good question from your brother. I have Italian shoes size 43. I've sold shoes that are not sized in the U.S. size before and were returned due to sizing issues. Is there a go-to size conversion chart? Go-to, no. It's whatever the first one I Google. That's the one I use. So if that one's inaccurate, I'll be wrong. I'm lazy. Oh, it came up? That's good. I mean, I gotta imagine they're all pretty standard, don't you think, Karen? I mean,
I would think so. I've only done it a few times.
Yeah. How often do y'all give offers?
All the day, every day, all day.
Same, all day, every day.
It's really fun for me, kind of. It's kind of one of the main things I do on eBay because I'm like the offer person.
Headhunter R-1. See, I can multitask. I'm helping somebody with tiki questions. All right.
Hey, Kathy.
All right. So Lisa has given us 1,000 questions in the Thrifty board. So let's hit one of hers. Oops. What did I copy? I don't even know what I just copied. It wasn't what I wanted to. All right. All right, real quick. Is it worth selling on Amazon? If you can. Hell yeah.
If you can.
I make thousands of dollars a month, but I got grandfathered in. So I've been there I was there way before I had gray hair in my beard. All right. Is there anything you can think of that you would not or should not buy for resale for non-moral or ethical reasons? Oh, I didn't realize you said non-moral because I'm like, yeah, there's plenty of things I would buy, but yeah, moral or ethical. So anything you wouldn't buy that has nothing to do with ethics or morals? Well, I just don't like kids. And so I really, even though we've had shows on it and stuff, you'll just never find me in the kids' clothing section, even though I know there's money there. But, I'm just like, meh. I'd rather be in CDs and books all day.
Man, I'm trying to think of anything that I wouldn't buy. I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah. Ben and Rebecca are asking, there's a YouTuber a lot of us would recognize that claims you can't make $100,000 a year selling multiple categories. Only one category, $10 profit per item, listing 300 a week. True or false? We call BS. Oh, I call BS too. Look, I've always shared my numbers. I've always shared everything. Matter of fact, my accountant, my bookkeeper just said, nice Q2. So you're doing good when your bookkeeper becomes your mom when you're 4 and you're like, oh, you pooped in the potty? She was like, yay, nice Q2. So yeah, I've always shared everything. I'll happily always share my numbers because the people who say I do this and they some refuse to share their IDs. I call BS on all their crap.
Yeah.
There's a big YouTuber. I won't call him out right here. He has 26,000 active listings, and apparently not any of his followers have ever looked at his solds. So you can go look at anyone's solds, and it shows you solds for 90 days. Guess how many items he sold out of 26,000 in 90 days? 44 in 90 days.
Wow.
He sold one item every other day, and he has 26,000 listings. He is a fraud. Am I the only one that looks at the solds? I don't know.
Now I want to know who. No,
I'll tell you later.
Okay. When we do our YouTube, I say this is what I hope to get. With all of the stuff.
Oh, she makes it better. The anchor had a 25-foot chain with the anchor. Was there a boat attached to the chain? Is that the part you're leaving out now? I do not have a standard offer I give. I do not have a standard percentage. It kind of depends on how high over retail I priced it, how long it's been listed. So it's very much a sliding scale. Do you guys have a set, or do you just kind of go with your feelings?
No, I tend to do like 10 to 20% just roughly in my head. But the longer it's listed, like if it pops up and it's been there for a year, I'll tend to just do more dollars shaved off of that. So not a set one though, really.
So Pam wants to know, how does eBay determine the number of offers you're allowed to send? If we knew that, we could cheat the system. They don't ever tell you the secret spices in the batter, because if you knew it, people who were smart would have a way better advantage than people who were dumb.
That's true.
And that's just a fact of life. There are smart people and there are not so smart people. So if eBay said, hey, here's how it works, but it's a little bit convoluted and complicated, those that could understand it. Look, the one thing we're going to explain on Sunday, the pay-per-clicks, the pay-per-clicks, it's a little convoluted and hard to explain. So some of y'all are going to get it, and some of you are going to be like, nope, I don't even know what the hell they're talking about. There is no site for new and desirable tiki mugs being released. Sorry, Linda. It's up to the individual mug maker where they're going to promote. So yeah, so Becky sells 44 items while she sleeps, and she has 4,500 listings. So if you're following any YouTuber, me included, go look at their solds. If you see 26,000 actives and 44 solds, run away from them. They are fraudsters.
44 items when you sleep?
Yeah, she's the queen of jewelry, man. All right, Suzanne says, international, do you check the box international site visibility option for an extra charge, or just do eBay choosing worldwide free choice, or both? I use a service that puts my listings on foreign sites all throughout eBay. So I'm on eBay Canada, I'm on eBay UK, I'm on eBay Australia, I'm on eBay Italy, I'm on eBay Spain. And so, and then plus foreigners also will look at ebay.com. So I don't pay the extra, but I do. I pay the extra to the service, but they give me way bigger visibility. It's called Web Interpret.
Matthew told me to say no, we don't.
See, some answers are quick and easy. Okay, so this is a great question, because I have an easy answer, but I have an answer that most people won't have. From Elisa. I know, shocker. Oops, I didn't put her name. Sorry.
Hey, Elisa.
Stace, are you replying as me? Because I surely didn't. Oh, it was a two-parter. Never mind. What's the most efficient way to store fragile items that can be easily chipped? So I bought an entire house for my office. So the entire kitchen cupboards is where all the fragile stuff gets stored. Now, most people just live in the house where they work. And so what do you guys do? Where do the fragiles go?
We stack what can be stacked with like things in between. Lots of bubble wrap too. And like, I'll get like the wrappings from my thrifted items and we'll put that in between things. And like those expensive vases we just put on Cherish, it's up there being displayed. We use it as our own decor. I don't know, just anywhere and everywhere, as long as like, yeah, we know where it's at. When
I first bought this house for the office, we were trying to figure out how the flow would be. And I'm like, duh, the kitchen isn't being used as a kitchen. Like, I got some beverages in the fridge. That's about it. So all the kitchen cupboards get all the breakables, all the tiki mugs, all the glassware. Absolutely.
That's so cool.
What do I mean when I say fraudster? If you have 26,000 items listing and you only sell one item every other day, you're a fraudster, because that person teaches people how to sell and takes money for it. And they really aren't selling. They're full of shit. That's what a fraudster is. Do you use promoted listings? And we're going to talk about promoted listings on Sunday.
Yes.
Yep, me too.
Yes, every single one.
Todd has seen my kitchen. All right. A specific question for you. What kind of bullshit is this?
For me?
Oh, whoops, I didn't copy your name. This is from Nadine.
Oh, hey, Nadine. So I don't make a lot of time for crafting. I'm like a crafter at heart who never crafts. So what I used to buy these wacky packages. I still do. They're like those really popular mini brand little items. I don't know. We have some YouTube videos about them. But I'm like, what if we turn these into magnets, the ones that I have doubles of, because I was collecting all of them. And I put a magnet on each one. And so I had 25 magnets. And I said, $4 for one, $3 for two. Well, we hold it up to the camera. Oh, here they are. Thank you, Matthew. They are like instead of fiesta crackers, it's siesta, and it shows someone sleeping and unlucky charms. Anyways, these are really just fun, and it's based off of those card packs. Anyways, I put magnets on the back, and someone bought them all. So $75 worth. Just 20. He bought them all. So that was great. When someone buys all of everything. So
again, Yvette, or maybe you weren't here. I don't use USPS to ship to Australia. I use Pirate Ship, which uses a company called Ascension to do all the shipping. So we can still ship to Australia right now. If I wasn't ungated and grandfathered in for CDs, what category would I go into with all your might? I wouldn't change my categories. There would just be a lot more listed on eBay and Discogs. So there really wouldn't be any change. It'd just be where I would sell it. Do you buy from any of your followers, people who have bought from you? Oh, yeah. Tons of people buy from me. How about you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We've had several people buy from us, and I check out their stores and see if there's something I like too. So
oh, yeah.
That's really fun to do that.
When I've done store reviews in the Secret Beach, when I'm getting through the review of the store, I'm like, oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's
so
like
nice job. Okay, so Nadine's question was so long it became 4 posts.
Oh.
2 questions for Jason. What are your specific goals for growing your business over the next year? Any plans for growing more or newer to you platforms like Depop and Poshmark? My goal this year was to be 10% over last year, which was my best year ever. And I'm rolling at about, I think I'm at 20% right now over last year. So that's my goal, and it's going really well. Yes, I need more stuff on Poshmark and Depop. I gotta get I gotta crack the whip on my teenagers. I reached out to you recently for advice on running an eBay auction since I hadn't run one in forever. I know you have. And what better person to ask for such advice? So can you tell everyone your logic for items you run at auction, how you determine starting price and auction duration? Well, it's always 7 days for me. Do you ever specifically time the start day, or are the items you would always run at auction? So most of my auctions, Aaron, are stuff that hasn't been selling.
Mm-hmm.
And then I take it from out of my store and throw it at a $9.99 auction and see what happens. And so I use a lot of my auctions for things that I'm like, well, let's see. Let's get rid of this stuff. I haven't done too many auctions. The flight suit that sold for $800 was one of them that I knew there would be collectors fighting. And I knew those collectors would have their save searches going right away. So if you've got something like that, but when I'm watching people talk about a tiki mug in the 13 board last night, it's a rare mug. It's a cool mug, but no one's going to be fighting tooth and nail over the next 7 days. Don't put it at auction.
Okay, I was about to ask about tiki mugs because I know how collectors are, and if you were to ever put tiki mugs on auction. So
yeah, see, Traveling Salvation said the math doesn't add up. Yep. When I saw that, the people like to claim a lot. And if the math doesn't add up, you got to think about the math. You can't just watch a YouTube video, me or Aaron and Matthew, and just be like, okay. No, you should have a scrutinized eye on us. Be like, is this guy legit? And I don't hide nothing. I'll tell you everything. So I'm pretty upfront and honest. But others, there are YouTubers who are making money from you watching them. They won't even share their eBay ID. Run far away. Run away. Run away. Okay, what was the all right. Jen has a fun one, and we'll see what your answer is. What's the holy grail of your personal vinyl collection? Oops, I didn't put on the screen. Do you have a vinyl collection, Aaron?
a small collection. I mean, I bought things here or there, like this bongo Hawaii with a bongo beat. I saw it on your webinar, and I liked the art. I buy it for the artwork. That's what I buy it for. I have a record player, and I use it from time to time, but I don't know. If I see it, I like it, but I don't really collect.
Mine is Paul Page. He's an artist that you all know, right? No one knows him.
No.
But he made records that are perfect in your tiki bar. It is definitely tiki background music, and he kind of talks a story, but he's kind of weirdly monotone. He's kind of like Ferris Bueller's Teacher, but they're hard to come by. They're super hard to come by. And if you're a tiki nerd and you pop it on, and you got other tiki nerds over, they will lose their mind.
I just saw you talk about this.
Yeah.
So
So there's a bonus bowl though. If you find anything by Paul Page, that's some money right there. These records are $100 to $200.
dang.
Yep. And the funny thing was, I thought I had two of the same, and I looked. It's the same record, but they did different covers. So the nerd collector said, "I need to keep both."
Yeah.
They're different covers. Here's a great question. You have an easy answer, Aaron. It's from Shelley. How do you hire an assistant? You turn to your spouse and go, "You're hired."
Yeah. That's it. That's my answer.
I place an ad. I've hired friends, sisters, people to say, "Hey, my friend's looking for an online selling job." People have come up to me when I was hosting a meetup. So, wherever I can find someone that will do some quality work.
Yeah, and we want to hire someone eventually. That's like a goal to work towards, and I love that.
What will you list a vinyl LP that is so obscure, no previous sales? Oh yeah, no previous sales, and obscure means someone wants it for a lot of money. There's rarely a record that hasn't been sold anywhere. I mean, you would be hard pressed to find a record that's never sold. Do I do retail arbitrage? Well, yeah, you saw that Tiki Bowl earlier. That was retail arbitrage. I bought a drink for retail and I brought it home and I sold the vessel for double. So yeah, I do a little bit. Do you guys do a little bit of arbitrage?
Yeah. We'll do like the clearance bins at the grocery store, like after Christmas, and like we'll scan it, and we've sold dog toys, things like that. We do it lightly. We don't have a lot of space. Yeah, tiki mugs, we've done it a few times. So thanks, Jason.
How do you organize your day, week, month, quarter? Do you have goals or do you wing it? I mean, I have set things that I need done, but yeah, I am not the guy that's like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I would like to be, but that ain't me. My desk has been a mess for 3 weeks and I've been trying to clean it and then things keep happening. And so I'm like, okay, I said today's the day, Aaron. Well, how'd I do? It's still messy. So Kathy, in my head, I know it needs to be done, but I don't have a set schedule and I wing it, but I wing it so well that my accountant claps for me. So, okay,
Same, like we don't have like numbers wise goals, but like we'll have more task related things like, oh, we're going to try and get the website going or, things like that. Yeah, we have a whiteboard and we'll write things that we want to do that week. And if we don't get to it, it just goes back on for the next week until it gets done. So, yeah.
How do you check solds on Discogs? I have never seen solds on Discogs, Dolores. If there are there, I don't know that. I don't know that formula to find them. These aren't there. So the platform is very rudimentary. You scan in the barcode, and if you're selling it, you tell the condition and the price, and that's it. That's really it. It's a really simplistic. It's an awesome website, but it does a job. I pay by the hour, but I won't say because my assistants watch the show and I have multiple assistants. So that's one question I will not be answering tonight. So just for privacy reasons. Question for Aaron. Another question just for Aaron. You guys visit Palm Springs area. Did you visit any thrift stores and did you find anything that you liked the most?
Yes, we went to one. There weren't that many that I found. It was called Angel View Thrift Store, and we made a little video with it. And Elisa bought something from there on Pop Shop. We found some obscure things there, and it was fun. It was big.
Yeah, Angel View always has good stuff. So if you were there quite often or you live there, man, cool stuff because old people live in Palm Springs, and when they die, cool shit shows up all the time. My friend Rory, who lives there, always sends me the pictures. Do you have a nice, so Jess, our guest next week, do you have a nice way of telling friends and family you don't want to sell an consignment for them? I just say I'm too busy, and everyone knows I'm busy. So whether that's the truth or not, they believe it. What about you?
Well, I always say our inventory is like way too big at the moment, and that's always true. It's always true. So, it had to be something special.
How do you get on Amazon? It is possible. I don't know because I don't need to. So I've never done it, Frank. There's plenty of people who have YouTubes about how to do it, and there's plenty of services to pay to get it done. You got to order from wholesalers that are approved by Amazon in that category, turn in your receipts, blah, blah, blah. I kind of know the general concept, but I've never had to do it. So
I didn't know that could be done.
So Cheryl asked a question without asking a question. Cheryl, if you're watching, there's no question here. I was posting on other sites to save time and energy. I'm a one-mom operation. Time is valuable and limited. I joined one that does it. Oh, but open other options. Sorry, I didn't see that end there. I use cross-listed. I'm waiting for my friend who runs it to make it a little bit more robust, but it's quick and dirty and pretty easy and cheap. $9.99 a month. The others are way too expensive, and all I see is people complain they don't work right.
That's good to know. Yeah.
When you cross-list it and it sells one place, it doesn't take it off. That's why it's so cheap. But I'm pretty good at like, oh, that tiki mug I listed on Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, Depop, and eBay sold on eBay. I'll just go get them off the rest on my app real quick.
Yeah, that's one of our business goals. Our goal this year was to branch out from eBay, and then the next thing is like cross-listing. So that's good to know.
And I actually think I'm going to, it's not too involved, but I think I'm going to be doing that in the Secret Beach this month. To give people a start. Well, Lisa says, hi, Aaron and Andrew's mom.
Oh.
What's your mom's name?
Sheila.
There's Sheila. There she is. Mom, Sheila, I'm giving you full permission to ask both your boys. And if I hear they're not helping you out, they're going to have to answer to me. So right now, Sheila, you and I are besties.
Looking for tiki. Yeah. She has a good eye for it.
Our good friend Stephanie wants to know, what's the number one tip for upping your reselling game? Mine always is, if you've never hired anybody, hire them. The only way to take your game to the next level is have help. And the first help you get is the local teenager who takes pictures, because any monkey, and I mean no disrespect, but any monkey can be taught how to take pictures. When you take a tiki mug, I need these 7 shots. Once you show a person that and you give them 20 tiki mugs, they'll take the 7 shots. Super easy. But that is so time consuming. You can get someone else to do it, but then you bring them into, here's how you ship, here's how you list, here's how you do it all. And then you can do other things like host YouTube shows and make webinars and then travel the country with your honey, things like that. What's your number one tip?
Yeah, so I knew that would be your tip. And since we haven't hired anyone, I wasn't going to say that. But I think going outside of your comfort zone for real, like yes. I pick up Loveys all the time. I never would have bought baby blankets. And it just, I don't know, it helps a lot. Expanding what you sell gives you more things to look for. It kind of makes it more fun in the thrift store too, because now you can go to that aisle like, oh man, they don't have any mid-century dishes, so let me go to the baby aisle. I never would have been like that.
I had to pick up my new glasses today, and so I stopped at a Savers, and I got a telephone, jeans, a Halloween mask, a painter's cap, something I don't know what the hell it is. I'll be asking the thrifting board later for help on. I didn't buy any music. I just went out, I did it quick, and I found things that I thought would be good, and a shirt and a sweatshirt. So, a variety of stuff. Am I still using InkFrog? Yes, I am. So InkFrog lets me do all my listings ahead of time, keeps all my listings and keeps all my pictures. And that way, when I have people working, I can look at their work before we send it live.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. This is a good question. How do you motivate yourself? Well, I have 2 mortgages. There it is. I've always been a self-motivator. My mom will tell you that. I've been working. I had 2 jobs when I was 10. I was a dual income 10-year-old. And so I've been hustling my whole life, and I love the hustle and I love the work. So motivation's never been a problem. My problem's the other way, actually, Pear Tree finds. How to relax. How to not work from 8 a.m. to midnight. Because I go home and I have a table that looks like this in front of the TV where my wife and I watch TV, and then I sit at that table and I work all night. And so I have a hard time unmotivating. That's my big issue. What about you? What about you guys?
It's kind of like, if you're not enjoying it, don't do it. It's kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to use Matthew for an example because this is his full time. There's days where he just takes pictures because he doesn't want to do the listing. So he'll do a whole day of taking pictures. And then like okay, I don't know. It's kind of like, what do you feel like doing? Okay, well, I don't feel like doing any of it, so I'm gonna go sourcing and go spend some money. And then like, I like the versatility of it, basically. And yeah.
Look
It
at
makes
that. My mom said I was an entrepreneur from the age of 4. I was hustling. So of all the questions, good, bad, funny, this is the funniest. So Aaron, does your handsome brother, Knick-Knack Twin, have a YouTube channel?
Do I have a handsome brother? No, just kidding. I'm a twin. So that's always a tricky question.
Zing.
I can't say he's.
Yeah. Did you just zing yourself?
Yes, he has a YouTube channel, Knick-Knack Twin, and it's fun. He shows his collections. He kind of does what we're trying to do the same thing. Just kidding.
Funny. I was just thinking I need to have him on more. And not that I don't love you guys, I think I need to have Andrew on more too.
Yeah, he would
Does
love
my assistant have full access to your online selling account? Yes, I've always hired well, luckily, but I just find life easier than I know it's not the smartest decision, but so far, 15 years in, it's worked. Yes, cross-listed is an extension. All right. So Debbie's got a long question here. Let's see how many things that. All right. So before we get to Debbie's, let me answer about Octiva. Octiva's a piece of shit, and here's why. I have 2 eBay accounts, and so I couldn't figure out how to activate both within Octiva. And I said, hey, how do you do that? And they're like, pay for a separate subscription. I go, I got to pay for 2 subscriptions for 2 accounts. They said, yep. So I went over to InkFrog, and they're like, no, you can have as many you want. You just have a drop down. You pick what listing ID you want to use. I go, does that cost extra? They said, nope. And I said, goodbye, Octiva. I'll see you later. Can I post a link in my listings of same type of items? For instance, I have a set of dishes that will be about 10 listings: dinner plates, dessert, coffee cups, cream or sugar, saucers, etc. Can I link to that store category just for those items so buyers can easily see all those listings? Or is there another way to do it? In the old days, Aaron, way before you were even an adult, we learned how to put links in our listings to the other links in our stores, and we had to learn HTML to do that. Nowadays, life's much easier. But what I would do is I wouldn't even do the links. I would just say, hey, in the listing description, I've got the matching saucers, cups, plates, all this. Just click on the link for my store, and you'll see the store categories. Go to dishes, and then you'll find the rest, or whatever it is. eBay doesn't mind if you have links that keeps them within eBay. Again, platforms like to keep people on the platform. If you have a link to your Amazon store in eBay, that would be a no. Don't do that.
Right. Yeah, we've had some sales because people will say, I notice you have something in this pattern. Is it still available? And we'll be like, yes. And as a buyer, I also see people do that all the time. Like, you pick 3 or whatever. Like, they'll do one big picture with everything, and then. But maybe that's because it's like items. I don't know.
Could be.
Yeah.
My mom wants to know, is there a way to change from free shipping to adding shipping after you sold the item? Nope. You've told the customer free shipping. That's what they're getting. Now, if they want it shipped some other way, then you can say, all right, here's my PayPal. Send me the money for overnight or shipped in a gold box or whatever. But yeah, you can't just say, here's some more. Pay me some more money. The required item specifics are super important, or your item won't be seen. The suggested are important, but yeah, I don't got time for them.
Yeah, we have like 600, and he's like on it. So they keep getting more and more specific.
Yep. Here's a great one from Annette. Do you require immediate payment with eBay listings? I haven't been, and have noticed an uptick in people not paying. So Aaron's shaking his head. I don't either, but here's the thing. eBay's fixing that by the end of the year with buy it nows, and then fixing it with auctions next year. So it won't even be an issue anymore. So just deal with it till they're done. But like every other platform, the buy it nows and the buy it nows the best offers, eBay is setting it up so the person gets charged right away. Like, I got an offer in Macari today. The second I accept it, they're charged and I get the money, so to speak. Mm-hmm. eBay's fixing that, and they're going to fix it for auctions too. So just hang tight in that. It's coming. It's way too late, but it is coming. Talk about something that should have been here 10 years ago. But luckily, the powers that be have said, we need to get this for these people. All right, so Linda wants to set up her LLC. Are you guys at LLC?
No, we have our business certificate. What's it called? License. We just took that step, but we're not at LLC level yet.
I set mine up when I got my TV show because my wife's like, you better come correct if you're going to be on TV. I said, you're right. And so what's nice about it is it cost me $600 a year to keep the LLC. But of course, once you have that, then you can open up your business checking accounts and your business credit cards. And it makes life rather easy, especially also when you pay an accountant to keep track of your stuff. A lot of people who do this as a part-time thing out of their house, they're going through their credit cards going, okay, this was me buying groceries, but this was me buying paper for my business. And so you could open your own credit cards, but when you have the LLC, it's super duper easy to have everything just as a business. You just got to find a local lawyer that does that. It's super easy once you get it set up. Once a year, they call you to come in, you sign the papers, you pay your bill, you're good with the state, and you're ready to go. Does shipping cost sometimes affect how much you sell? Living in Canada cost me $14 or $17 to ship a t-shirt. I don't have anything here except Canada Post. It does, and so yes, we feel sorrow and a hug for our Canadian friends because we know you guys are effed when it comes to shipping. We know it. We've seen all our Canadian friends just be screwed by it, and so you've got to be creative. And so where I think Canadians have to be more concerned than Aaron and I is really you can't source a lot of $12 items because the shipping cost is so great that why would I buy from you when I can buy that same $12 item from someone in Tennessee and only pay $4 shipping? So I think you as Canadians have to be more picky about what you're listing. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Becky's down to only 9 required.
Dang.
Yeah, we're good on the required. The recommended, I got because I'm on 9 foreign platforms. My recommended right now is 8,600. So who wants to make a couple dollars? You want to clean up my 8,600? I'll pay you. Okay, Linda, bite your tongue. Hold on, it's coming. When are you going to start your podcast? When every day goes from 24 hours to 34 hours. That's when I'll start my podcast.
Yeah, I've always wanted to. I love podcasts. We're kind of interested in doing that.
Oh, this is a good one from Janet. When choosing to be a YouTuber, what made you choose to do the talk show format over other formats? I can imagine some of the storytelling videos and haul videos I see others do take a long time to edit. Thrift Hunters ended earlier than I wanted it to, but that was fine. But I wasn't done teaching everybody yet. I wasn't done sharing my experiences to make everyone a better seller. And I looked at my friends doing YouTubes, and all their YouTubes were, they sat in their house with a white wall. And I would go, did you just move in? No, I lived here 10 years. Don't you own art or shelves? And I would say, they would just talk with no set time. And it'd be a lot of this. Like, that is the most boring YouTube I've ever seen. And so I thought, all right, I'm going to do it like and I'm glad you noticed, Janet, a late night talk show. Segments, guest usually. And I wanted to be different than the rest. And so, y'all enjoy it, I hope. And I like doing it this way. So, if I did it some other way, could I be a bigger YouTuber and make more money? Well, probably. Am I very happy with the friends and the viewers I have? Absolutely. And then I get to meet awesome people like Aaron and Matthew.
Oh, stop.
When are we going to start the podcast? Oh, yeah, we did talk about that. Now, if we do the foursome podcast, that's a different thing that we can kind of, share the load. But when you run your own YouTube channel, Aaron and Matthew have each other. Stacy's a little busy at her career. I can't be like, hey, Stace, can you go edit these 3 videos, please? Because she'd be like, no, I don't even understand that.
Yeah, editing takes a long time.
Here's a good question because my answer is easy. What accounting inventory programs do you use? Her name is Anna Hill, and I hired her. I don't use any programs, Bob. My friend Anna's a bookkeeper. We've been friends a long time. She showed up for an event in Vegas, came to my house with her assistant and said, let me at your computer. And they spent 8 hours getting me really correct. And then said, here's how much you're going to pay me a year to keep your books up to date. And then I don't got to do nothing. It is money well spent, let me tell you. So what do you guys use? Oh, but I do use spreadsheets to keep track of my inventory. I'm very nerdy for spreadsheets. I will say that.
We use, for inventory, we use Pack and Track, which is discontinued now. But you can probably use just regular QR programs for our inventory. But accounting, I just kind of keep track of money spent, supplies spent. So like I keep stuff in Apple Notes. Anything related to business expenses. And then we crunch the numbers at the end. So no fancy program. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Swoop. Yeah, hit that like button. Hit that like button. I'm sure there's at some point, hire an editor. Yeah. I'm sure there's something you've learned tonight or had a question answered. So if you've had it, hit that like button. Marianne says, she bought a box of vintage collectible magazines on various topics. Each is wrapped in clear plastic envelope. When I list it, I open the sealed envelope to get additional info. Or just scan the front and back of the magazine. Now, I'm going to guess, Aaron, it's the kind of sealed plastic envelope like import CDs get slid into because they have the little obi that wraps around the side, and then they get slid into this. And so those things, you just open them up, pull them out, do your pictures, put them back in, and they kind of reseal. So, because I can't imagine vintage magazines came sealed in plastic that have never been opened. I think someone, kind of like when you bag and board comic books, someone has done this already.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for sure. Because here's what sells old magazines. Sometimes it's a magazine, but oftentimes, what is it, Aaron?
The art on the cover.
Well, the art and
or the subject matter.
The ads. The ads.
Ads.
People go crazy. They're like, there's an ad for Woolworths, or us tiki nerds find ads for old, like Don the Beachcomber ads, Trader Vic's. So a lot of times old magazines are worth way more for the ads than what the magazine was about. Gently tap that. No, smash the shit out of it. Yes, everyone's yelling ads. Yeah, ads is where your money is.
We have
Lisa wants to know if I'd write a book. Yeah, a book's been in the works for 20 years now. So as you can see how well I've gotten to it. What about you guys? You got a book in you?
No. Not yet.
It's funny. People wanted me to rewrite a book, to write a tiki book that's already been written. And they're like, well, that one's expensive. But it's been written. Like, I'm not going to rewrite the Bible. I mean, it's been written. And the Bible, in this instance, is one of the tiki books by Sven Kirsten. He wrote the Bible on Whitco. And people are like, well, you should write one now. No, the expert wrote it.
That's true. Yeah.
Why would I write that book? I'm not I know a lot, but I'm not the expert. Plus, the granddaughter of Whitco and her husband, who carves like Whitco, is alive. And I don't know if they've ever written anything, but they're a wealth of information. That is not my book to write. I got things to write if I get around to them.
Yeah, we Facebook messaged them because we didn't know about our Whitco thing. And we went to you and you didn't know. And then they told us. So that's awesome.
All right, here's a great question. I want to get your answer first before I give mine.
Okay.
Another great question from Marianne. Yeah, see, look, Traveling Salvation wrote the ebook on RV renovation. And yes, because you're doing it. And you guys live it, and you have a great channel. Y'all, if you haven't checked out Traveling Salvation's channel, I just caught up. I was 3 behind, but now I'm sad because I'm none behind, and I need the next one to come out. So hurry up, guys. I need another video. Okay, I bought some old teapot and creamers that have quite a dark patina. The teapot is Gorman. One of the creamers is Reed and Barton, and I can't make out the other markings. You can see from the pictures they need a good cleaning, polishing. Should I polish them or sell as is? I can only get one picture up of this message, so I'll try the next. Okay, so I do have the pictures so we can see them. All right, so what is your thought on this, Aaron?
I think if you're experienced in polishing, especially high-end items, then go for it. But some people might like the look of that, and some people might want to do it themselves. So I don't know. If you have the experience, I would say yes. But otherwise, don't test it. Yeah, don't test it on something like that.
Yeah, my answer always is, unless the patina is like dead cockroaches or something. Leave it for someone. They might like the patina or they might be an expert. My dad bought like a 1800s mantle clock. And my dad is handy. I am not handy. He is handy and he knows shit. and he went to wipe the face, and as he came around, the numbers were gone.
No.
So that is always stuck in my brain. Leave the patina for someone else to wipe the numbers away.
No.
Yep, came around and went, oh.
Yeah, that's coming from me being too scared to do it too. Yeah. Like, let them do it. Unless you're good at it, then of course.
I got an offer on some shoes. I'll give this to you, Aaron, because I only have one.
Uh-oh.
Besides Miss Celine Dion's neck, are there any other specific celebrity body parts that disgust you? No, I only have one. It's Celine Dion's neck. It doesn't disgust me. It frightens me.
I love Celine Dion.
Is there any celebrity body parts that frighten you?
But that doesn't frighten me. David Bowie's bulge in the labyrinth can be scary.
I was going to say, does that frighten you or excite you? I think the question was frightening.
That's what Matthew told me to say that. I'm like, wait, does that scare me? Oh my God, my mom's watching. Okay, anyways.
Okay, this is a good question for both of us because this is funny. Elisa's just on a tear.
Oh my God.
Would you rather never drink rum again or only drink rum from Trader Joe's? Now, what in the hell made you think of that, Elisa?
Do they have rum from Trader Joe's?
Yes. I don't think it's the worst. I don't think it's the best. I think it's just okay. But I would say only drink rum from Trader Joe's because I do like gin now too. So if I had to give up rum, I would then just drink gin.
Yeah, I don't think I would give up rum.
Oh, see, there are other people. David Letterman's beard scares her. Wait a minute. My beard's
I have to think about that.
My beard's about the same.
Wait, why is it scary?
I don't know. Why is Celine Dion's neck scary? I don't know. It's just it's too long. It's like a freaking giraffe.
Oh my gosh.
Tony said, I missed it, but Tony asked, where do you buy LP shipping boxes? I don't have a set place, Tony. When I'm looking for fresh boxes, I do go to the last place I bought them, but then I look on eBay, Amazon, and then just Google shopping, and I look for, okay, who's got the best deal on 1,000 LP mailers right now? Because your norm might not be having a sale, but the guy who is always a little more expensive might be having a sale, because I just went to buy cassette cases, and the last place I bought them doesn't have any, but another place that usually is too expensive has so many, they're cutting you a deal on 500 that's so cheap that I'm going to get some and then tell everybody else to get some because the price is right. They said overstocked. They have too many cassette cases, so they're cutting you a deal. So just Google when you're looking for shipping supplies. Start with where you were last time, and then see if anyone's got a better deal, because I'm not beholden to anyone selling a Kraft number 0 mailer. They're all the same. I'm beholden to who's ever got the best price, because that's what Anna Hill tells me to do.
Good tip.
So now Becky is become the expert in selling jewelry. So she does clean them up, and she's saying the only items I don't polish are old Southwestern sterling jewelry and old Victorian pieces. And then most others she cleans up. Like, yeah, I will absolutely clean and repair CDs and do some work on LPs. But if you've never done it, I wouldn't just wing it. Yeah. I would actually practice on ones that are duds.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, now you guys want me to do podcasts and audiobooks. Did the day get longer, Aaron, and no one told me?
I mean, you could use Thrifty Business as an audiobook.
Look at my desk. I've been trying to clean it for 3 weeks. I mean, look at this. This is just a hot mess of stuff. I need the workspace. I can't even fold shirts because I got so much crap on here. Here, look. I talked about this bootleg record like 3 weeks ago. It's still just sitting here. Just still sitting here.
Because it's bootleg. You don't want to sell it.
Yeah. I have to find a way to sell it, though.
Oh, we...
we have a couple mug ideas. I'm just trying to find a new mug manufacturer. The last one ended up being scummy.
It should be Celine Dion's neck.
Oh my God. Sleep less. My normal sleep at night is like 5 hours. That's not a lot to begin with. I don't get a lot of sleep. All right. Oh my God. All right. I like, so Janet started it, so let's end it with Janet. All right, nerd. I said lovingly to Janet. if you got your DeLorean or TARDIS, depending on which mode of time travel you subscribe to, and you could go back in time, where would you go for the day based on your affinity for vintage finds? Once you got to said destination and time period, where would you go? What would you do? See, I wouldn't go back and thrift or find stuff. I would absolutely go back to the original Down the Beachcomber and sit there all day and drink. I would watch Don work the crowd. I would watch Don. He didn't craft the drinks in front of people, but I would watch the drinks come out. And so, but other than that, I've always wanted to be a cowboy. And I was watching Butch and Sundance today. I know this is a weird thing to say, but I've always wanted to rob banks. Not modern times. I don't want the FBI pound on my door because of my YouTube. But if I was a cowboy and I had Robert Redford next to me, I'd go rob some banks in Bolivia.
Oh my gosh, that's a hard question. I mean, I've been into tiki lately, so that was the first thing that popped up in my mind because that just sounds awesome. Man, I don't know. Tiki age.
And thanks to our questions, the chat has gotten weird. Celine Dion's neck with David Bowie's junk.
Yeah.
Okay, who's got the skills to make that picture? We'll pop it up next week.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we had a good long show. I knew it would be, and Aaron's blushing. I can feel his mom blushing somewhere.
It's the rum. I was kidding.
But this was fun. I love answering these questions. I think we'll do these a little bit more often. And I think next time, hey, Debbie, remind me next time, I think we'll just cut the segments out. Maybe we'll just do scores and duds, and then we'll get right to the questions because I did skip a few here and there. But we definitely want to focus on helping you guys. I know some were fun and funny, but some were good. And you know, new people always join the show. And so it's great when, you know, of course, I've answered the question a million times where to buy LP shipping supplies, but I certainly don't mind answering them 1,000,001 because there's always a new person who wants to sell records. Right, Becky? Becky goes to all these flea markets. She only buys jewelry. Come on, buy some records, Becky. I'm dying. I'm dying for you to buy some records.
Oh, yeah, and use the Bolo document because I want to post on Wednesday and see if anybody finds things that they wouldn't have found otherwise. That would be cool. So,
the Reef in Palm Springs, we will not be at anytime soon, but we are going to Undertow in Phoenix this weekend. So if you're around on Saturday, I'll be at Undertow. But thank you all very much, Aaron, and the voice from beyond, not beyond, from the side.
Dad? I was kidding.
Hi, Daddy. And so thank you guys for being here tonight. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Debbie, for keeping the questions going. Good to see everybody. I hope you all are successful sellers. I thought about this a lot recently. I am very tickled and honored to be part of your journey, big or small. If I've just answered one question or if I've started you down the path of being your own boss, I am honored to be part of that journey. And I thank you for letting me be part of your journey. And so anytime I can help you, I'm happy to help you. All right. So don't forget, tomorrow night, it's going to be fun. It's going to be tiki cocktails. It's going to be history live on Instagram, followed by a pre-recorded YouTube, but it'll be a live chat. I will have the links everywhere tonight and tomorrow on my personal and in the thrifting groups. And then Sunday, because my mommy's got to watch her football game, the show is 1 hour later, so 8 p.m. on Sunday. And then next week, because Stacey and I are leaving for a vacation, we are doing Jess on Wednesday. So I know it's a lot of changes all in 1 week, but just kind of rolled out that way. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Aaron. And have a wonderful evening, everybody. And we will see you around the thrifting board. Bye-bye, everybody.